think the time I felt closest to God at camp was this past summer at conference. We had an amazing camp where we explored a bunch of different religions and kind of in comparison to Christianity and how it relates and connects and how we live in harmony with each other in this world.
One time at church camp, there was somebody talking during a worship service, and right whenever they paused for some thought, there was a huge gust of wind that moved all the trees, and it was really cool, and it kind of let me know that God was there and was with all of us.
Whenever we're praying at the Red Slab early in the morning when there's still some fog out.
And one day we had a Buddhist woman, she's young, like 25, and lives and goes to college, I think it's Stanford, somewhere like that. And she Skyped in and she basically led us through a Buddhist meditation. And I had an amazing experience. I was never asleep. I kind of zoned out though, and I imagined kind of a field, and it sounds weird, but I was on a big red couch swing, and I was swinging back and forth in this big meadow, and it was on a huge oak tree, and it was probably the most peaceful I've ever felt, and I woke up just invigorated to go and be with God, and I think that's the closest I've ever been to God, which is funny because I achieved it through a Buddhist meditation.
During a worship service when we were outside under all the stars, it was really nice.
Camp was where I received my call to ministry. It's where I just felt that pull and that tug.
The friends I make at camp are lifelong friends because we've been through different things that are quite personal to ourselves together.
The people I've met at camp are super nice and friendly, and it's a lot of fun to be around.
Whenever I pray, I hold my hands out, and that is from somebody I met at camp. It was a girl, and she was just like, I want to be open to all those around me and God at the same time whenever she prays. And I have now made it a habit to pray with my hands out simply because she made that impact on me. And I don't think there's a single person at camp who hasn't made some sort of impact on me in that sense.
I've met a lot of people at camp that have been really nice to me. I've made new friends that I hope to meet out here in the actual world.
All sorts of people. I mean, you meet just from all different walks of life, I guess. But that's what's cool about camp is that so many different people, you may not hang out at high school or you may not hang out together in the real world, but you come to camp and you're all hanging out together.
The counselors at my camp have meant so much to me. They've always been there to talk if I needed them, and they've always been there to just lead the groups, and I've never had a bad counselor. So they just pick the best people to be there for us, and it's really a good experience.
I think counselors are who have really challenged me and kind of pushed me towards a religious setting.
You know, when people think of counselors, they often think of youth ministers or senior ministers, but the real counselors, the real ones who make things happen are the lay people who come.
They've been a lot to me because they have been encouraging me about God and helping me learn about Him.
There are so many adults who use vacation time to be a counselor at camp.
I spent a really long time not knowing what I believed or how I felt about things. And counselors at camp especially are so open and encourage anything freely. I cannot tell you the number of things that I've been pushed to do and have been supported in, and it's changed my life for the better.
I feel connected to God at camp because there's a lot of nature around, and I feel God is closer when I'm in nature.
I feel connected to God at camp because of the atmosphere around the camp, because it's away from all of the modern technology and all of the people who make difficult things.
I feel connected to God because it's the one time during the summer when I'm really doing a lot of prayers and worship activities besides church and all.
I think at camp, you're there, and it's the environment that allows you to kind of be in His presence, and you can forget about, maybe you can forget about your problems that are going on. I think it's just really the atmosphere and the people there help you.
The entire time at camp is literally to worship God, and you spend a week or a weekend or however long you're there, especially at Athens, just worshiping God no matter what you're doing and whatever way you tend to do it.
It's a good place for me to get away and to focus on my relationship with God.
Camp, to me, is the definition of Sabbath.
They make me a lot happier than when I haven't gone.
It's always nice to go back to camp and to refresh and be ready to come back to school afterwards and take over the world.
Camp, to me, has been almost a life-saving thing. I have no idea where I would be without camp today.
It just kind of helps balance, and you can carry that forward. And when you get busy in the real world, I just like to think back, remember that weekend in Athens or in Brownwood or in Colorado when I went to La Foret. You can kind of think about things like that, and that helps you get through.
What is the best part of a typical day at camp?
That would have to be horizontal.
The best part of the day at camp is horizontal.
Oh, horizontal? It's nap time.
Horizontal is nap time.
The best part of a day at camp is nap time.
Horizontal, horizontal, lay down flat, lay down flat. Time for peace and quiet, no time for a riot. Lay down flat, shut your trap.
RCC's support of camp is phenomenal.
RCC's support of camp means a lot to me because it allows me to go to camp.
And the fact that our church is so wonderful at providing for that and being a part of that in our lives, it really makes a difference. And it touches me personally. So thank you.
Their support means a lot because they encourage me to go to camp and learn about God.
RCC's support of our camp means so much to me because if I didn't go to camp, I don't know where I would be today.